I'm singing? I thought I was. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And there's quite enough love and quite enough joy to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, great Spirit, is in this very room, in this very room, in this very room. Oh.
Oh, how wonderful it is to sit in the presence, to know that in this very room, in every room that I occupy, the divine is present, that love is present, peace is present, and the power to know that in the midst of all, God is. And this is the knowing in which we participate in today's service. Knowing that there's an ebb and a flow, a give and a take, a listening and a hearing and a speaking and a playing. That all of it is the divine in action, and that everything, this beautiful Mother's Day, unfolds in beauty and in grace. And so it is.
So it is.
Mm.
Reading, or I think the song comes.
Song, then reading.
Either way, would you rather read first? I think.
No, you want me to? I can. That's fine.
I'll do a song. I can
Okay.
Do what we normally do.
something. I just feel like I want to breathe.
Yeah.
We
Slow it
let the love wash over us. We let
it be.
We let the joy. We let the joy
wash over us. We let it be.
We let the peace.
We let
The peace wash over us.
We let it be.
We let the love.
We let
The
the
love
love
wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Let it be. And so it is. Beautiful. Thanks.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much, everyone.
I needed that.
Yeah.
We all needed it.
Yeah.
Like your emotions,
Just let it
like-
be. Let all that love wash over us.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Today's reading from the Science of Mind magazine fits in beautifully with that knowing. Second. is called Shift Anxiety to Helping. All of our emotions are meant to be felt, even the hard ones. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. That's actually from the Disney movie Inside Out 2. See the desire as an already accomplished fact and rest in perfect confidence, peace, and certainty, never looking for results, never wondering, never becoming anxious, never being hurried or worried. That's from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind magazine. Excuse me. One of the brilliant lines in the movie Inside Out 2 comes from the character Anxiety. While fear protects Riley, this is a little girl who's experiencing a gamut of emotions. While fear protects Riley from the things she can see, my job is to protect her from the things that she can't see. I plan for the future. Anxiety then shows video clips of endless possibilities of everything that could go wrong in Riley's life. Sound familiar? We have all had those 3 a.m. wake-up sessions when anxiety comes and moves in and creates chaos and worry. Once anxiety takes charge, it suppresses all other emotions. We are on high alert, preparing and planning for the absolute worst. We can develop an attachment to controlling or fixing things to make them look like what we want. But anxiety can become an obsession if we dwell on it too long, losing all sense of self. We forget our values and what is important to us. The more attached to anxiety we are, the more restricted life seems. Feeling restricted can make us feel incomplete and like we have failed. Learning to live in the moment helps us stay centered in love. It is an opportunity to realign with what is important and allow love's healing power to take charge. We are then open to discover other possibilities available to us. When we tap into our inner wisdom and intuition, we let go of the suffering from the past and any neediness of the future. If we listen, we can learn from our anxiety when to slow down, when to pay attention, when to relax. We can train feelings of anxiety to help rather than hinder. And the affirmation for today is very simple, very straightforward. I will say it once and then I'll repeat it and you repeat after me, please. I live in the moment and expect the best.
I live
Live
in
in
the
the
moment
moment and
I
expect the best. Let's say that again. I live in the
the
moment
moment
and
I
expect
expect
the
the
best.
best.
Thank you. Reverend Mawata, it's you.
No, it's John.
Oh. Sang another song.
Yes, sir. Yeah, John. It's you.
Play Out of the Blue. Always calms me. I can tell you Out of the Blue always calms me.
Oh, yeah, well, I was going to sing something, but we could just put on Out of the Blue. I'd rather
Play
sing.
it.
I'm in the mood to sing today.
Okay.
One of our top 10 chants. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am.
I am
So blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. One more time. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I am.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Sometimes this song comes to me often, and the idea of an attitude of gratitude, a concept. All through the day, I remind myself of just being thankful for everything going on, whatever I'm doing in the shower or hot water, driving. It's just it becomes like it just gets into everything in a good way. Thanks.
It sounds like you've discovered the practice of chasing gratitudes. You can't lose with that, even though I just made it up on the spot. It's something that I think I like the idea of chasing them down, hunting them down, looking for them wherever you go. I know there's something to be grateful for around here somewhere, and if I just stay open to it, then it's there for me. I'm going to be working off my machine today because. And good morning. Welcome to the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living, where your consciousness makes a difference. And so we begin with my favorite quote, Margaret Mead, let's do it together. Never doubt, a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can make a difference in the world. Indeed, that's all that ever has. I'm a difference maker. I'm a difference maker. I'm making a difference up in here. What? What happened to the rest of it? You kind of tailed off on the up in here. Okay. All right. So, happy Mother's Day to each and every one. Because the Divine Mother exists in each and every one. And this is one of the things that we've done as human beings. We've actually decided that, excuse me, yeah, all right. Get very comfortable, I suppose. I like to begin do we got to stop the gender war? Oh my God, I just realized something. This isn't going to work. Well, I just realized I have very low battery. And so if I don't have a cord very quickly, then this is not going to be what I thought it was. And so I didn't bring one, so that's that. We'll see how it goes. And so the idea that male and female, I know in the way the story goes to me from the book of Genesis, God creates them both in the image of God, and so God is obviously both. Okay, I don't want to go into what that might mean for those of us who like to get into pronouns or whatever, but it says right there, both male and female created he them in his own image, created blah, 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 blah. And so the human being comes with male and female. That means, and the child comes with a male and a female. That's what it takes. And so we're both raising the child. We have different ways of doing it, but the mama's gonna father, the father's gonna mama. If you love something, they call it mothering. If you're a guy, if you love something, they call it fathering. But love is the emotion that captures the day, and love is what's really going on. And we talk about Mother's Day and Father's Day. We're actually celebrating the original love affair of our lives. And if it was a tragic love affair, then it affects everything we do. And if it was a wonderful love affair, it affects everything we do. But it's a conversation about love every time we get here. And the way we approach it determines on how we're approaching all of our relationships, because this is our original relationship. Are you with me so far? This is the one. This is the rhythm that we heard before we got here. It was the sound, the heartbeat that we could hear in gestation. And I want to say this. Every year I say this. It's time to let mom off the hook. We grew up and we blame her for everything. Tommy Smothers, I don't know if you remember the Smothers Brothers. The Smothers Brothers had a really great, they were great. I loved them. And thank you. And what was it, Tommy Smothers? He had a line. He said, well, Mom always liked you best. And that was the way he ended all the arguments. Well, Mom always liked you best. And so there's always that rivalry. This is the way it comes at that, maybe my mother likes somebody better than me. That's an old wound. That's part of the mama wound, and we're all processing. And some of us didn't have a very loving mom, and sometimes even when the mom is loving, we're going to hold her accountable for everything that she did wrong. And so if you're old enough to blame your mother for what's wrong with your life, then your mama did her job. Because her job is to keep you alive long enough for you to keep yourself alive. And if you can complain about the job she's doing, then obviously you're ready to do it yourself. So congratulations, Mom. You did a good job. That's just the way it is. And one thing about every generation is trying to make the next generation better. And I can say that for all the complaints I've had, I can tell you whatever your mama did wrong, if you confront her about it and she starts telling you what happened to her life, you sit down. Because it gets easier. It does get easier. Just lets you know how hard things have been. And your parents have been through some stuff. And so, happy Mother's Day. Today's talk, we're still talking about the divine doubt. And this is fun. We don't have a long power cord over there anywhere that's going to help this situation. He's a man with growing. He said, you just in trouble, bud. Anyway, still talking about doubt. And so what would happen if we debuted our real selves, our doubting self, the way we debut our confident self? You know how we show up all confident, we want everybody to see how confident we are. We're hiding all of our flaws. We don't want anybody to know our perfections. This is the very best version of me. What if the worst version of us was the one that showed up? And we had to show everybody the dark side of ourselves. I'm going to let you sit with that. What would happen if the worst you showed up? Some of us have seen the worst us. Isn't that right? Has anybody not seen their worst us in here? So we know we're okay. We don't let anybody see the part, but we're a full person. That person is part of who we are. So this is the thing about moms, though. A mother's deepest gift is not celebrating our confidence, it's holding our doubt. She holds us before we know anything. She's the community of one that said, bring all of it. This is God saying, bring all the treasures to me. Bring everything to me, not just the good stuff. Bring all the bad stuff and see if I don't pour out a blessing from the windows of heaven that will be so great you won't have room to receive it. Mom is like the first idea of God that we have. And she already knows who we are before we do because she has a relationship with us in gestation. She already knows. And she's just doing everything she can to bring out the very best. Sometimes their best isn't all that good. I've been very judgmental of my parents. I say this, some of us had great parents. My parents were great. I was just a very judgmental child. So I'm taking responsibility for what I was doing. And so I always thought I could do a better job, and I found out I couldn't. And so that's why I'm humbled by about right now. Doubt is not a flaw to be hidden. It's natural to the range of the human thought and emotion. And a good mother doesn't wait for a child to figure it out before she loves them. She doesn't say, come back when you're certain. She holds the uncertainty with them. If you don't know, I remember when I was a child, I wasn't very good at sports. I needed glasses. Nobody knew I needed glasses. I couldn't play. I couldn't hit the baseball. I would strike out all the time. My mom was a country girl, had 5 brothers or something, and she just used to be playing sports. And she let me get down 2 strikes, and she'd say, boy, let me take your last strike. I kid you not. My mom would say, let me take your last strike and get up and hit a home run. I got 2 strikes on me. She get a home run. I run the bases. It got so bad that when they started picking teams, I heard them say one day, we'll take Mrs. Oliver. You can have Billy. I said, Mom, I know you're trying to help. But this isn't going exactly the way I think you planned. You got to quit playing baseball with us, Ma. She was very disappointed, but she understood. Our prayer can be, okay. True discipline The true discipline of spirit is learning to wait, to live in the interval without collapsing it, learning to wait. That's what faith is about, learning to wait on God. And it helps to have a community to help us do this, because sometimes when we're having our difficulties and our doubts, there are people there that can let us know who we really are and tell us the truth about who we are to keep us buoyant when we don't really know who we are. Yes? There's an old adage that says, the opposite of faith is not doubt, it's certainty. And certainty closes the door, doubt opens it. That doubt holds open. All that we consciously know, say, or think, feel, or believe, hope for, or long for, fear, or doubt is some reaction of the self-knowing mind. This is Dr. Holmes. He's talking about the idol of certainty. And we have this idea of certainty that we're always in performance. So I'm trying to blend these two talks. So just, and then the machine's going to collapse and I'm not going to. So I'm just going to talk. And I'm not talking about that. So I had the opportunity to stand up and honor my mom yesterday. They had a celebration for her. It was actually a fundraiser for the East Bay Church, and she's 95 this year. And so a lot of people got up and said a lot of things about her, things that they learned. Today is a day about appreciating the love we have in our lives. And so it's also a day to call somebody and tell them you love them. It's a good day to work on forgiving somebody, work on forgiving yourself, work on forgiving your mom, because she did the very best she could. Sometimes our best, and we already know this, we're all adults here, sometimes our best just isn't good enough. Sometimes our best just doesn't cut it. Sometimes we can do our best and still not get the prize we're after. And I can tell if you're each and every one of us, the mother always wants more for the child. Unless there's some kind of really powerful problem psychologically going on. And even then, there's a problem psychologically going on, but at the core of who that mom is, the biological aspect of her cannot help but want the best for the child. That's just the way it works. And I'll tell you a really good example of that right now, too. And I talk about the mothering and the fathering. Because I take kind of a thing about this, because when I'm loving my child, I'm fathering my child. Okay? I can't possibly mother my woman. The woman is, she's always mothering the child. But love is love. We have versions of, but love is love, yes. So what did I start to tell you? Anyway, I'm going to go back to, so at the set last night, I realized the wisdom I've gotten from my mom. I would just share it. Because I got some things, because Reverend E was not always Reverend E. I always like to say, Mama had a wicked backhand. That's the woman who raised me was not Reverend E. That was Candy Oliver, and she was a different person. But my mom was in there. It's funny, who you are is who you are, no matter what age. So when I was 10 years old, even before I found religious science, I'll never forget there was a guy. It's funny, because I was overweight as a child, and I have a speaker's voice. I speak to the room, so I'm always loud. I worked on getting it down my whole life. Well, this kid lived across the street. He was a black kid, a colored boy like me. This is 1960, maybe 62. And he's overweight. He's loud. He's just loud. And I don't like him. And I don't know why I don't like him, but I just don't like him. And one day my mom heard me say, I don't like that guy. And she said, well, why don't you like him, son? Dang, I couldn't think of a single reason. He hadn't done anything to me. I had never spoken to him. And that's when she hit me with maybe the first piece of wisdom. And it stayed with me since about 10 years old. I'm 73, so this is a 60-year lesson I've been living. She said, we despise in others what we dislike about ourselves. I said, dang. My mom was wise. Because she found my hiding place. She peekaboo, I see you. I'm like, whoa, whoa. How did she do that? I mean, how did she do that? My mother's a country girl. Okay, my mom was so country. My daddy said, that's like a play that does about my own mama. My mom was so country. Hey, playing the dozens is capping. That's what they, I don't know you guys, yeah, you know, talk about your mama. Okay. I presume everybody in here knows these words. Okay, this is the Bay Area. Everybody knows. That's it.
Everybody knows what playing the dozen.
Yeah, see, everybody.
Oh, listen to you.
Yes.
Danny,
Anyway,
I know.
back and forth insults about your mama. Okay, in the old days, that's called playing the dozens. They don't call it that anymore. Now it's just rapping. Yeah. So I don't know why it was named playing the dozens. Anyway, my mama, daddy said she was so far, she said, your mama's so country boy, she was so far back in the woods, they had to pipe sunshine. Because the trees were so thick, the sun couldn't shine there. I think she was raised in a sod house. That's a house made out of dirt. They're sharecroppers on a watermelon farm. My people, watermelon farmers. That's about as country and as humble as you can get. Put me a straw hat on and everything, you know. This woman never graduated high school. No, she did graduate the same year I did. Which, you know, I kind of didn't appreciate that because, wait, this is supposed to be my year. But you know what? I'm glad you finally getting a high school diploma. I'm talking about it like this because I knew there was something up with her because in the 4th grade, this is like the year before she told me this, all right? That must have been the 5th grade. We're studying amphibians. And she told me when I was a boy that frogs and fish just come to the watering hole once it starts raining. I believe what my mama told me because she's my mom. I'm the, you know. So I grew up thinking that that's how fish and frogs can get to ponds. Once it rains, they just automatically get there. And now I'm in science class, and they're teaching me about amphibians and how they can lay eggs in the soil and they can do all these things. And then once it rains, they come out of incubation, whatever they call it, and now there's new life. And I'm raising my hand in the classroom saying, but sometimes they just show up, right? Sometimes I'm saying on the dock and the teacher's looking at me. Have you seen that scene from Waterboy? I'm the water boy in the classroom. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's trying to be nice about it. And he just smiles at me and says, well, I'm sure your mother means well, blah, 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 blah. And I can tell he's shining me on a little bit, right? And so I go home and I ask her about it again. And when she tells me the story, I'm like, wow, I get it now. She doesn't even know what an amphibian is. She doesn't even know amphibians. So I'm now thinking my mama's not too bright. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm learning stuff in school that she doesn't know. So now I'm going forward. I got to watch it because your mama will tell you things that just aren't true. So by the time she dropped the nugget on me, about how we despise in others what we dislike about ourselves, that just blew my mind again. First it blew my mind that she didn't know what amphibians were. Now she's blowing my mind that she has this deep contemplative wisdom. And mothers are like that. They're enigmas. You know, you just can't predict who they are and what they are, but I can tell you one thing. They always want the best. And even sometimes it shows up as crazy. Sometimes it shows up just simply loving. But that's what they want. They want the best for the child. Daniel brought young Khalil, the young prince, in here. I got to tell you something. If you didn't get a chance to hold that newborn, there's something magic about newborn. This is why mamas can't help but be who they are, like the old commercial in the 60s would say, mothers are like that. Yeah, they are. There's something about cradling this tiny thing. Can you imagine walking around? It's like there's another being inside of you, eating everything that you eat first. That's why they had to come up with prenatal vitamins, a special vitamins just for pregnant women, because the child eats first. Who eats first? Who is the child? And I always eat first. That's just the way it works. Are you with me so far? This is a day to realize somebody loved us enough to get us here. One woman actually became a practitioner in religious science. Her mother was on drugs. She was born in a crack house, in a toilet. That's where they found her. Mother gave birth, tied off the cord, cut it, and went back to the pipe. They found the baby in the toilet. But somebody loved that child enough to bring that child forward. And now she's a practitioner in religious science doing great work. Everybody has an origin story, and it begins with a mom. And when you heal that relationship, then all your relationships can be healed. And when that relationship is not healed, then it affects every other relationship because there's a part of us that's missing the mother's love. It's always here, but if we don't feel it, we can't take advantage of it, and then we get to pretend that it's non-existent. But the idea that we are loved is essential for survival on this planet. We need to feel it. This is why we build community. This is why we come together. That's why there's all these things online. People are trying to come one, come all. Everybody's trying to get a crowd together because the person who's trying to draw the crowd wants to feel loved. The people he's calling, or she's calling, are flocking because they want the same light. We share that same idea called love. There's something magical and beautiful about it. Today is a day we celebrate that because, I'm not going to say that one. Oh, looky here, we got a black screen. I walked away just long enough. So that was the beginning of my self-reflection. We despise in others what we dislike about ourselves. I said last night, Mom, I was 10 years old when you told me that. This is before religious science. We were in a Pentecostal church with that information. So she had wisdom. She always had wisdom. I told you last week, and this is on topic, she taught me at a young age, I don't know is a complete answer. That's the whole theme of the month. Doubt. She taught me to respect my doubts, to question everything. Well, she created a monster. Because that's the thing that people dislike about me the most. I'm always considering the other point of view. I never just accept anything at face value. But that's how we grow. We have to, this is self-contemplation. This is what's the word I'm looking for? Self-reflection, thank you very much. You get to do that when you have a sense of nurturing. When you feel loved, you can sit in the lovingness and think about things. When you don't feel loved, the anxiety stops us from thinking about things, and we're just jumping from one thing to the other, and our energies is diffused and scattered, and we're not accomplishing the life of our dreams because we can't focus on it. Why am I still going over here? Oh my goodness. Man, I don't know is a complete answer. Can you think of a time when I don't know would have been the best possible response? Certainty is a myth. We can't be certain about anything. Every new thing come up in science 100 years later is disproven, sometimes 6 months later. Science is a theory. I love science. I consider myself a science. Why I'm in this philosophy, they said it was religious science. I love that idea. But it keeps growing. It keeps changing. It keeps evolving like we do. So we have to continue to look at ourselves. And I'm going to say it one more time. Make a phone call today and tell somebody you love them. That's the object of this day. It doesn't have to be your mama. If your mama's gone and you want to talk to her, you get to talk to her because consciousness is always alive. And you can always talk to your mama if you want to. If you want to. You can always forgive somebody. And you can always forgive yourself. Guess what? When you stop being so hard on yourself, that's when you can start letting up on mama. When you stop being so hard on yourself, when we stop being so hard on ourselves, we can let back on others. Going back to we despise in others what we dislike about ourselves. What is it about the mom that we like or dislike? Because we're all of those things. I'm trying to think of one more. Oh, I spotted, I got it. That's basic religious science. Even on race, my mom was different. My mom's, like I said, she's a sharecropper. And she would talk about how black people and white people were in the same field sharecropping together. Man. I don't know. I'm just tripping because my mom's 95. And I don't know how many more Mother's Days I have. So it's good to have, I'm cherishing her today and all the things she gave me. I got into this philosophy because, and it's a good day to honor all women too, and all the women in my family are just strong. The women in my family did not play. They didn't play. I mean, they didn't have a name for them. They just didn't play. I mean, one of the matriarchs in the family had a problem with her man, her husband, and he was doing something. I don't want just to give you where I'm from. And she came downstairs and said, y'all better go get him. I done set that you-know-what on fire. And she was just as calm. And sure enough, they went upstairs and that's exactly what she had done. So I'm just saying, I come from powerful women, very strong women. And they have influenced me. My mama did not play. When I was 16 years old, we were in the house getting all rowdy. Just what 16-year-old boys do. We ain't mean nothing. And she took offense to something we said, and she threatened me. She said, boy, I can take you in the backyard and throw you right now. Come on, let's go. She's going out the back door, expecting me to follow her and get into a wrestling match with my mom. Thankfully, I was too smart for that one. I said, you can't win this, Mwata. If she throws you, you look bad. If you throw her, you look bad. Don't go outside. But I'm just saying, this is what shaped and formed me. And this is why I'm a champion right now of this idea, because I know God is love, and the original love affair is the mom. That's who she represents. She represents the love of God. Dad represents the law of God, metaphysically speaking. And so when we have issues with the mother, we have issues with our internal system to love ourselves. And that's why it's so important to look at that relationship and say, well, how do I actually feel about her anyway? And if I can say I love her and genuinely, unconditionally mean that, then that means I have the necessary ingredients to move on with my life, because I need this foundational relationship. We need this foundational relationship at peace. Does this make sense what I'm saying? And so that's a continual process. Your mom doesn't even have to be present. But I can tell you, I finally confronted my mom about some of the things. I remember I was talking about something and I got punished unfairly. Anybody ever been punished unfairly? So it's just every time was unfair. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Sometimes I deserved it.
Man,
Yeah, exactly.
she listened. And she did something I never thought she would do or could do. She said, well, I'm sorry. What? What do you mean you're sorry? I didn't realize. I didn't even want to hear I'm sorry. I liked complaining about it. I liked roasting her with that. And you did this wrong. And every time I could go there in my mind, she was bad and I was good. And she was wrong and I was right. And I didn't know how much I enjoyed that dynamic, how much I had cultivated that she's wrong. Until she said, I'm sorry. And I was like, well, you can't be sorry. That is not what I want. I want you to be wrong. I want you to admit you were wrong. I want you to, I don't know what I wanted, but I didn't expect. I'm sorry. I had nowhere to go. What am I supposed to do with my feelings now? Just stop having them? Well, guess what? I didn't need her to say I'm sorry to stop having them. I could have just stopped. I could have decided the conflict's not worth it. That I don't want to spend any more of my creative genius on how awful she is. But I got that lesson in that moment. How long are you going to keep holding on to this now? You've got the sorry. The book I'm writing, No One Owes You an Apology, is probably coming from these experiences. I felt like I was owed one my whole life. Pure and can even admit, when we first met, I would have an expression. I don't say it anymore, praise God. But I would talk about how somebody owes somebody an apology. And something happened, and I'd look, I said, well, I'll take my apology now, thank you very much. I mean, it's just I would put it in people's faces that you were wrong and I was right. And I had to get past that, people. Because the mother's loving the child right, wrong, good, bad, green, or indifferent. Love is love. There's no conditions on love. Mother's Day is Lover's Day. What kind of lover am I? How committed to the process, the activity, the beingness of love am I? Because in order to be a mom, you have to put it all on the line. It takes 100% of yourself. The baby leaches the vitamins and the minerals from her body. It's literally pulling all the energy out. It's like a parasitic relationship. It really is. I'm surprised nobody, they just don't want to call them parasites. But that's... But if you look, if it's a definition of one, they act in the exact same way. And mothers keep showing up for this. God bless them. We need them. We wouldn't survive without them. But it's a tough gig. It takes 100% commitment. Now, what if I could give 100% that level of commitment, where I give up my spirit, soul, my body? What if I committed 9 months, 100% to anything? What could I give birth to if I gave it that level of attention? What could evolve in my life if I let it gestate in unconditional love? In the womb of my consciousness. Because consciousness and womb is the exact same thing. It's the place where ideas are born and come from. Yes?
Yes.
So what is gestating in me today that wants to be born that requires 100% commitment? What is that idea? What is that thing? What is that relationship? How am I going to show up for that? How am I going to love the rest of my life is the question I'm asking. And what is that love going to give me, and what is that going to do for me? These are not rhetorical questions, people. These are real questions that I'm hoping you're thinking about something about. You know, what would I like to be born to be true about me 9 months from now? What idea is pregnant in me right now? What child is being born in me right now? Are you feeling me on this? Does everybody have at least one thing? Who's not thinking of nothing? Okay, because I was going to say, grab that person and throw them out. No. You can't. So we all have something. In that case, take your left hand. Just rub yourself. This is somatic exercise. This is science. There's something nurturing about this. Even to men who don't have a womb. There's something going on here. Can you feel it? Is it just me? How about the men? You guys are looking at me. Am I making this up? Do you feel anything? Tony, Anthony, Tony. You say I'm hungry. Okay, that's right. And the mail has showed up. It is, thank you, John. It's a vulnerable, I didn't have the words for it. There's something there. I didn't know how to explain it. Thank you. It's a vulnerable, and Tony's like, nope, not feeling it. Don't give it in. And so that's the socialization of men. So we're giving birth to a new idea today. We're giving birth to the idea of our greatest self, our highest good. I'm giving myself 9 months. You know, they can't smoke, can't drink, can't do all the things that are going to ruin the child. Might be detrimental to the child. So that means I got to stop doing things that are detrimental to this idea. Yes? Yeah. And we know what those things are. We know it. And if we don't know when they show up, we have to avoid them. We can't go certain places because those things, it's not safe for this child that I'm bringing into the world. What child is this? It's our child. It's the universal child. It's the Christ consciousness in all of us being born by each of us. Howard Thurman's got that beautiful line that says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And your aliveness is what you just got in touch with, and it wants an audience. It wants to be seen. It wants to be unleashed. It's ready to be born. And you're the only one who can free it. And so today, on Mother's Day, remember to call somebody and tell them you love them. Remember to give yourself a break and sit down and be still and meditate just for yourself. And in that stillness, start talking to that grand idea of yourself. just like you're talking to an unborn child in the womb. And start telling that idea how much you love it and how the entire world is waiting and anticipating their arrival and how you'll always be there for that grand idea of yourself. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day. And Daniel brought flowers for all the women after what we just went through. You know, I mean, I saw enough for everybody. That's all I'm saying. Good seeing you, Master Thomas and Tony.
Well,
God bless us, everyone. This is our time for spiritual mind treatment. No, for offering. Oh, my goodness. It's a time for recognizing that that unconditional love we've been talking about has always been with us, is also the prospering power that indwells us. We activate the law of circulation with this, knowing that we keep our good in circulation. Please repeat after me. Our prosperity blessing from a consciousness of abundance
from a consciousness of abundance
and centered in gratitude,
I
generously give.
generously give.
I accept the gifts
Accept the gifts
of prosperity and abundance
of prosperity and abundance
as I demonstrate
as I demonstrate
divine circulation in my life.
and circulation in my life.
In gratitude, I freely give.
In gratitude, I freely give.
In joyful acceptance, I freely receive.
In joyful acceptance, I freely receive.
So it is. God bless.
And once again, if you're donating online, our address is give@sfcsl.org, and that's for PayPal and Zelle. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. So it is.
Thank you, Tomas. Giving thanks and praise for the offering received, we know it is used to spread and multiply the idea of the wholeness, the oneness of God in, through, and as all of creation. And for this and so much more, we're grateful, and so it is.
And so it is.
Now, Paranjali will come forward.
Good morning, everyone. Remaining in a consciousness of wholeness, a consciousness of abundance, a consciousness of deep knowing, I invite each one of us to join into this time of prayer. I invite you, if you feel comfortable, to close your eyes and to hold in that vulnerable space down in the belly. Hold whatever it is that is wanting to emerge, seeking to emerge from each one of us. And as we enter this space, following the breath into that quiet interior space of absolute knowing, I speak in first person and present tense, affirming that there is only one life in all existence, and that life is everywhere. It is embodied by everyone in this room and everyone within the sound of my voice, out and out and outward. And so, know that what I say for myself, I say for all. So I stand in a firm place of knowing, terra firma, this place from which I speak this word, knowing that there is one emanating life as a force for all existence in the universe, that which we call God, that which we call Spirit, breathing its very breath as my life, as all life, animating its existence through the power of creation. The same life, the same power, the same entity that has raised all mountains, causes all winds to blow, roots every tree, and beats its own heart as the life of every living being. This is my life. This is my breath. This is my heartbeat. And so I affirm that the nurturing power of creation, the mothering, the birthing, the nurturing power of all existence emanates within my life regardless of gender, bringing forth all desired life, bringing forth all emanating presence, health, wealth, vitality, peace, kindness and compassion, love beyond measure. All of these and the more, whatever is gestating within my being. This, I affirm, is already so. And everything that is needed to be brought forth and to be let go of is done so with ease and within grace. No obstacles, no impediments, no doubts, no worries, as I stand confidently in knowing that the emerging self is a thing of beauty, a thing of grace. And so I'm grateful. I give thanks this moment, peacefully, gently. I give thanks for everything and everyone in my life. And in that gratitude, I release this word. I surrender it in confidence, knowing the power of God makes manifest all that I desire. In truth, in one resounding voice of affirmation, I declare, and so it is.
And so
Amen.
it is.
Ashe.
Another chant from our top 10. When Moada, Reverend, you were talking about nobody. Is that the title of your book? No One Knows Me, an Apology?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, this chant, I Forgive Me, would be a great, I think, commendium.
Yes, how beautiful. And it's always a great day for forgiveness.
Is that the word commendium or commendum? I don't know. I got it. That when something goes together. Commend, when they go together, like
Oh, compliment.
Connect.
Compliment.
commend, forget, yeah, that's fine. They complement each other. Leave it at that.
Coexist.
Yeah. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
You might want to open your arms.
I
It's an
surrender.
energy.
Yeah,
It
thank you.
is.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive
for that song, John.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful song, is it not? Yeah. And here's the thing, I'm laughing at myself because I do not sing in public.
keep saying
But
that.
I sing in public, especially on that song.
It was
There's
good.
something about it that I'm like, I'm not going to sit here. I
you
am
have
like
to.
belting that out, right? Yeah, because that's the call of the day. Because you cannot forgive other people in authenticity if you do not forgive yourself. We are in relationship, and whatever it is that we think has been a grievance, we've been a part of it. So start right here, always. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, John. It moves me every time. So announcements. Well, Daniel's back among us. Yay!
Daddy's home.
And so he's got beautiful flowers for everyone. Regardless of whether or not you have or have had a uterus, you get some flowers. Thank you for that. That's very thoughtful, very kind. And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone, and especially all the mothers, all the ways that we have nurtured. I am a mother and a grandmother. There's several, I know, mothers in here, and mothers and grandmothers. And I always remember on this day, my mother has been gone for a number of years. And if you have lost your mother, as we say, as well, a special blessing for that relationship that continues. But my mom, my brother, I've shared this before, passed when he was 18 years old. He was hit by a drunk driver and died very suddenly. I remember over the course of the grieving, saying something to my mom about, well, you have 3 children. She said, oh no, I will always have 4 children. She said, I am not his mother through his life. I am his mother through my life. So even if he is not with me, she continued to mother him. And she passed that on to us because he passed long before any of us, the 3 surviving sisters, had children. Every single one of them knows about Uncle Malcolm, even though they never met him. Because my mom inculcated in me, love is eternal. It does not end when this body sheds itself. So nothing more powerful than that type of love. So regardless of your relationship with your mother, I am knowing this day that this is a day about eternal love. And each one of us carries that. So thank you so much, Daniel, for bringing flowers to acknowledge that. And if you do have a mother, I know you're letting her know what she means to you, always. All right, enough about that. Boxing, Wednesdays and Saturdays, different. Oh, Tuesdays at 8, Saturdays at 10 o'clock.
Third Saturday.
Beautiful. Don't know what happens on the 3rd Saturday, but I'm sure people are grateful for that additional hour. Oh, at any rate. Reverend Mawata mentioned who he calls the young prince, beautiful little Khalil, Daniel and Benish's son. And we are having a baby blessing for him the first Sunday in June, which is also Fellowship Sunday. So we are inviting everyone, I'm speaking to those of you online as well, if you're coming, to please join us for that blessing, because it isn't just about standing with the parents and whomever they choose to stand with them. It is about the community embracing this baby, this beautiful blessing. And so please bring a substantial dish for the fellowship potluck. We are expecting additional people from Benish and Daniel's clan. Folks will be here, and we are hosting. We want to welcome them to our center with love and the abundance of the fruits and bounty of food as well. So that's happening the first Sunday in June. Please come. Let's see, what else? Reverend Mawata has a birthday this month. Yeah. He's turning, you want to tell him?
I've been
70.
saying, he's 73.
He's turning 73.
I've been telling him I'm 73 for 9 months.
He's turning 73. And so at the end of the month, May 28th to be exact, so May 24th, we will be acknowledging his birthday as well. And we have Tyrone Cozy will be with us, who is one of the musical directors, people at East Bay Church, will be here as well to join us. And I'm sure his beautiful wife.
And remember, Wada and Tyrone have known each other a long time. I
A
met him in the
very
early
long
90s.
time.
So I've known him for a long time.
Since 1982.
Wow.
Yeah. So just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
They've gotten to see each other evolve for sure. Let's see, what else? We have openings, people who feel called to help with the fellowship. You do not need to know how to cook. All you're really mainly doing is putting food on platters, maybe heating up a dish or so. And it's a lovely act of service, really beautiful act of service, because we get to feed each other. And so that's a joy and a blessing itself. If you are interested in being a part of a team of people, if we have enough people, you only have to serve like once every 4 months, once every 5 months. So please see me, call me if you are interested in being of service. We also have opportunities for people to serve in the media ministry. We can see Dr. Jeff is there. Very often it's Eve. If you are interested in that, please contact Eve Tarquino, and she will train you. It's pretty much pressing a few buttons, and yeah. And so thank you for that, to enable people who are online to be with us as well. I just want to say what a beautiful day this is, and it's so wonderful to see some people I don't see that often, because I love you. I believe that's it, John.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So another song? No?
Yeah, well, after we do the benediction, we go into the...
Oh,
We
okay.
did I Forgive Me. You want more music? Well,
Sure. We
See,
always
you
want
just,
more
hey, he'll be
We always
glad.
want
I'll
more
give you.
music.
Hey, John's like, I can play some more now.
Yeah. All right.
I think we're ready to...
Ready for to benedict us.
See, we're just giving thanks and praise for all that's happened here today, and another opportunity to rise in joy and give thanks and praise for all of life. A happy Mother's Day once again to each and all. We leave here this day with a joy in our hearts, nurturing the Christ consciousness, the very best self is even now being born in each of us. We leave here today thoroughly and completely confident in this truth that the very best self is always presenting itself. It's inclusive of the worst self. Unconditionally being loved right where it is and just as it is. Allowing myself to be 100% real. I absolutely adore this idea. Please repeat after me. The light of God surrounds me.
The light of God surrounds
The
me.
love of God enfolds me.
The love of God enfolds me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains me.
Wherever I am,
Wherever
I go, whatever I think, do, or say, God is, and all is well. And so it is.
Let's gather in a circle and sing, I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. We are the place. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. You are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. where God shows up. Hey, we had harmony.
Indeed. Aw. Happy Mother's Day to you. You've been riding that mama pony, boy. You right. But you know what? But we're doing good work with her, though. We're doing good work with her.
Happy Mother's Day to your mom. Yeah, tell her from me, please. And I said Happy Mother's Day.
You can see that, huh?
She had her hands full.